Hello, guys. We're live for the Clemson game.
Clemson let that one
go.
go.
Clemson,
Troy
number
takes
6,
advantage.
Clemson.
This is probably the last thing Troy wants to see with the great start they're having. A lightning delay. Lightning has been detected within 8 miles of the stadium. That means teams have to leave the field. Fans have to leave the stands as well. And this is happening all over the Southeast. If you're watching in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, we've had a lot of games that have been postponed. This one is going to be postponed just about 4 minutes and 17 seconds in.
It's a great point by you, though. That's the last thing you want with for Troy. Not only did you have momentum offensively, but it is dry right now. And in these, inconsistent weather games, these early possessions, while it is a dry football, getting points on the board, because we've all seen how that story goes. If it becomes a downpour and points are hard to come by and it becomes a defensive slugfest, it's an interesting thing to track today.
So we're going to take a break here from Clemson, South Carolina, with the Troy Trojans.
All right, I'm
up early,
a different game
7-0. The home-standing Tigers.
Let's see what's on. Oh, college football. I'm gonna put the Oklahoma game on. All right, make sure to subscribe, like to the channel. Clemson will be delayed 4 minutes exactly. 4 minutes. I'm gonna check to see how long Clemson's delayed. It's delayed. We'll see if there's any other games on right now. All right, CBS. Ole Miss and Kentucky are on ABC. I might put that game on. Top 20 matchup. I put that game on. Here we go.
24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today, and you can catch Gary joining the HQ team after the game. Well, the highlight so far was the second play of the game. Noah Whittington took it 59 yards for a touchdown. Jenny?
Yeah, Noah Whittington, he's been a key despite the Ducks landing that #1 running back in the transfer portal, and Mekhi Hughes. Now, teammates rave about his mindset, his ability to do all the little things right. Coach Lanning said he's serious all the time. He loves what he's doing, a great teammate. The guys, our faith was immediately rewarded in week 1 when he ran for 35 yards on the first play of the season. We just saw 59 yards today.
I'll
you
put
saw
the
how
Ohio
his teammates
State
reacted.
game on.
That pretty much says it all.
Yeah, fifth-year senior out of Fort Valley, Georgia.
It's a good game, but I think the Ohio State
different type of transfer protocol.
Go back.
I'm on row.
Hold on.
They say GLP-1s for weight loss is a shortcut. It's not. It's science. After kids, it's...
There we go.
The guilty party.
Oh,
Here's that
go.
defense. A lot of guys that contributed last year, but now this is their time to shine, Jake.
Yep, brand new defensive line.
Lost
both
Styles.
their DNs, D tackles. In my opinion, this is the best linebacker room in college football. Certainly the most athletic. And Arvell Reese played out of his mind.
Caleb Downs is my favorite.
Caleb Downs needs no introduction, but how about the player of the game for Ohio State, Jermaine Matthews?
Ohio State
had an interception and nearly batted one into Sonny Styles' hand for a second turn.
We went 2-0. I think they can go.
T-set looking to the flat again. And a nice slip right through the hands of McClain.
Probably go by
Gain of 7.
5:30.
CJ Knight in the tight end with the catch.
So Ohio State defense, they have an offense-type mentality with all the different looks, the different fronts, 3-man, 4-man, 5-man. They move their linebackers around.
State.
Caleb Downs must have played 4 or 5 different positions.
Might switch back.
Before you even talk about executing against Ohio State's defense, the big challenge is mentally identifying
Ohio State
what coverages and fronts they're in.
I might switch back between the Ole Miss game.
Trey Bradford, the setback. T-set to pass
Here we
again.
Go.
Flushed out.
Let's go.
And right on the stop is Caleb Downs. Nowhere to go.
4 favorite teams.
No one has better closing speed in college football than Caleb Downs.
Oregon. And
so much fun competition. Whether it's
Michigan
Caleb or Jeremiah Smith, those two guys are competing for the best and the second best players in
all
all college football.
6 teams.
And that's a big tight end out there. And Knighton at 280 pounds, but Downs knocks him back.
Penn State's my first. Oregon's my second.
4
Michigan's
for
my
Grambling
third.
State. Their opening possession.
Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon.
Heat coming.
USC,
T-set gets
5,
rid of it to the outside. And they're going to be short. Well short of the first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Lorenzo Styles first to wrap up the receiver.
There is so much speed on Ohio State's defense.
So Lorenzo Styles.
Called him out, Lorenzo Styles, the brother of Sonny Styles. Against a lesser defense, that might have been a first down. There was some space there, but there's closing speed at all 11 positions for the Buckeye defense.
You even saw the defensive end, Caden Curry, in pursuit. Brandon Innes to receive the punt. Takes a Grambling State bounce inside the 15-yard line, stops at the 13. So 1 first down thanks to the penalty. Ohio State back on offense when we come back to Columbus.
See if I can switch through the game since this.
Yard gain. Prince will
Yellen. Kentucky.
On the tackle.
Go Kentucky.
These are down in distances.
My favorite
that Kentucky
teams
has
is
to avoid.
Oklahoma,
2 new
Kentucky.
tackles
I
coming
like
up
Alabama.
from the G5
I also
level.
like
Their first experience now tasting speed from an SEC pass rush. So obvious passing situations must be avoided for the Wildcats, who lack a true number 1 wide receiver. Telzana threw for just 85 yards in that opening win here against Toledo last weekend.
Let's go.
3-man rush. They do block it. He has some running room.
Has some room. Bad throw. There's a flag. Might have defensive.
Broken up by Wydad Williams
Pass
Jr.
interference.
It was intended for Willie Rodriguez.
I think it's.
Let's see which way this is going.
Might be pass interference. Looks like it's pass interference. He's grabbing his jersey.
That left hand.
Pass interference.
Pass interference. Ball hit. Correct.
Penalties decline.
Penalties decline. Fourth down.
Lane Kiffin has to love it. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, and I think that last-minute push by Rodriguez to create just a little separation is what resulted in the flag. And Mark Stoops not happy with it. Looked like that left arm was in there just a little bit, so I think it could have gone either way.
All right, they're going to punt it.
So they declined the penalty, and on fourth down.
I'm back. Sorry, I accidentally hit something. All right, share screen. There we go. I'm going to take the game back.
The 28-yard punt. He's now a top 15.
Let's go Oregon.
And on him.
Up by his quarterback.
Did not see that the first time.
I didn't either.
And Oklahoma State are already out. Oscar Hammond is out. Their other tight end in this game. Can't afford to lose a second tight end.
So Westphal into punt.
All right, here we
Gary
go.
Bryant waits on the other end for Oregon. And fair catch taken at the 26-yard line. So Oregon, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And their defense forces another punt. Up 13-0 here, first quarter.
Super fly, super good shit.
Let's go, bro.
Thank you.
Take care. Get it fixed now.
Wait until the game comes back up. Clemson's in a weather delay. It should be 5-10 minutes. All right. Let's see. Indiana won 56-9.
Fans will get $20 off a Big Ten Plus annual pass. Stream nearly 200 Ohio State games, plus 2,500 more events across the Big Ten this season. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to big10plus.com and make sure you enter FB20 when selecting an annual pass at checkout to take advantage of this
Florida's
offer.
playing at 4:15. I might put that game on with Clemson. A little bit better than the weather delay.
Pretty good start for this offense with that playbook wide open as Fielding
Here we
kicks
go.
it through the back of the
Ohio
end
State
zone
has the
again.
ball now.
Let's go out to Chicago. Dave Rebson for a game break.
Oh, Jeff, incredible start for Oregon against Oklahoma State. 3 offensive snaps,
Wow,
2
Oregon
touchdowns.
got a touchdown.
Whittington went 59 yards for
Wow.
a TD, and then
Watch
DeCorian Moore, 65
Great
yards
play.
from Dante Moore for another score. 13-0 Ducks. They went for 2. Didn't get it, but up big early.
All right, they're going to go 2-0 maybe.
Thanks so much, Dave. The law firm of Moore and Moore up in Oregon, huh?
Yes.
We saw them last week. They were awfully impressive.
Oh, they're still on defense.
Did not have a negative play
Come on,
until the final kneel down last week
State.
for Oregon.
DeCorian Moore, a 5-star freshman at wide receiver the Ducks are excited about. He gets the comps to Jeremiah Smith, but got to do it for a full season now. But, man, he's got the potential.
T-set brought down by Peyton Pierce. Picked up maybe 1.5 yards. They'll give him 2.
We're excited about Peyton Pierce. The headlines are going to be dominated by Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese, but linebacker coach and Buckeye great James Laurinaitis is really, really high on Pierce, thinks he's a 3rd starting linebacker for them. Constantly goes out of his way to mention him when talking to the media.
Handoff, Eaton tripped up.
Good.
And brought down
Good
Sonny
defense.
Styles. Using that speed, Jake, you got some more impact players. Brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, Simple Human
Impact
Sense.
players.
I'm cheating a little bit. I'm
Caleb
buying some
Downs.
real estate. I said the entire running back room for Grambling State. Well, that's what Mickey Joseph told
Caleb
us.
Downs,
They're going to play 5
brother
different guys.
Josh
In my
Downs that
opinion,
played for the
Arvell Reese was
Colts
the
in
best player on the
like
field
Caleb
last
Downs.
week. I think he's in the running for the Butt Kiss Award and All-American. And just like Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Downs is the man that needs no
Let's get an
introduction.
interception here.
Downs is on the line of scrimmage right now. 3rd down and long. It's all over the defensive front last week. On the blitz, T-set avoids one. T-set throws incomplete. That was Jermaine Matthews coming in hot from the corner.
This is what's so beautiful about Ohio State's defense. Everyone's going to have their attention on Caleb Downs. Well, here comes the pressure off the left side of your screen. It's a nickel pressure. So Grambling State thinks they have 5 for 5 right on the line of scrimmage. He just missed the sack. That's number 7, Jermaine Matthews, the defensive player of the game last week for Ohio State. But good luck identifying where the pressure's coming from and who.
Ennis back to get another punt. Schifano lets it loose. Fair catch called for. And Ennis.
That was dangerous.
That was very dangerous. Good hands there. 38-yard punt for Schifano and Grambling State. Takes us to another timeout in Columbus. Vibes are good here in C-Bus.
Red 93, Red 93. Sports are awesome. They're hot, but there are times, like when the QB pressure turns into hundreds of pounds of pressure on my spleen. That I wonder, is Sport Clips better than sports?
Because sports plus a neck and shoulder treatment beats sports plus dog piles. Oh, that feels good on my spleen.
That's not where your spleen is.
It is now. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Chin up. Stiff upper lip. Real.
I'm not. At Burger King, we don't listen to celebrities. We listen to you.
I'm going to switch the games
New
out.
coordinator, one of 12
Here we go.
new assistant coaches.
Oregon,
Mike Gundy has
get
brought
the
in
ball.
for
Come on, Oregon.
2025 season.
The only coach that stayed around was his special teams coach. Everybody else is new except Mike. Speaking of Cam Smith on the coverage, he and his brother Dylan are both in there. Cale Smith, I think, might be 2. That's Smith, and Smith in the secondary for the Cowboys. Moore crossing route, and they're chasing Justice Lowe, and they got him before he got to the first down marker, but it's 4th down and short.
Yeah, that was a predetermined short pass right here. Let's see if they're going to go 4 down
Oregon.
territory for Oregon. This was
What a good
screen
play by
all the
that
way.
wide
All the other
receiver,
receivers were out
number
blocking on the
14.
play.
They're going to go for it. They were 2 for 2 last week in their opener.
That was the Tez Johnson special a year ago that Justice Lowe just ran.
So many coaches now. This is kind of no man's land anyway. It's 4th down and 4.
Will they try to draw him off or will they go for it?
And we got a whistle. We will never know until the next snap. Timeout taken by the Cowboys.
Oklahoma State has called their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So we'll be back in.
All right, here's Big Ten. Here's Ohio State.
Got a first down.
Here's
That's
Ohio
the
State.
45-yard line. Jeremiah Smith, the second longest touchdown pass in the program's history just moments ago. The longest 90 yards back at 13 against Cal.
Here we go.
Sand goes
And
down the middle again. Jelani Thurman, the tight end, inside the 30-yard line
Got
for
a play,
another first
got a tight
down.
end.
Gashing this defense.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
Keep
the
it
wide
on this
receivers
game.
all the time with Ohio State, but
game,
Ryan
yeah.
Day has told us, and I watched him in practice, I would agree that this is the deepest and most talented tight end room Ohio State has ever had. And Lonnie Thurman, another freak at 6'6", 250.
Game one. I think that's a good play.
Outside again, Smith puts a foot down, wrapped up, and 2 Tigers bring him down after a gain of 5.
Let's go, Ohio State.
Go back to that crossing route.
See this again.
Jelani Thurman right to the left of your tackle on the deep crosser here. Just working in and finding the zone. Good job feeling it by Julian Sand. But when I was at our camp tour for the Big Ten Network, I was watching Thurman get matched up against Caleb Downs and some of the Ohio State defensive backs, and they'd be in great coverage position. But because of his size at 6'6", 250,
Sand,
he would just
7
box
for
him
7,
out
190, 2
and
touchdowns.
easily haul in the passes.
Here we go,
He
Sand.
got so many options in that tight end room.
Sand looking backside. Another catch made. Bennett Christian.
8 for 8.
Should say Max Clare, 86 on the catch. Clare is the smallest of the tight ends at 6'5", 245.
Man, he's tiny, right? No, I'm just kidding. He's special, and I felt like that was one of the more impactful transfer additions across the entire conference. Just because of the talent Ohio State has at wide receiver, teams are going to have to play safety help on the outside, which leaves a linebacker on Max Clare. Good luck. You're not going to cover him, but apparently Ohio State has 4 or 5 options at tight end.
Donaldson in the backfield. Another catch. Kasmerick brought down inside the 10. 9 for 9 so far for Julian Sand.
This is what Ryan Day said. I mean, the biggest thing for Sand against Texas is he didn't flinch, never looked rushed, was composed. The game didn't feel sped up in his first start, and you're seeing the continuation of that here this afternoon.
2nd down and 3. Pitch. It's on the ground. Who's got it? Ohio State has possession. C.J. Donaldson couldn't handle the pitch from Sand.
Here we go.
Let's see what happened here. Was it a bad pitch or just... No, that's right in the pocket. That's a mistake there by Donaldson, and really the first negative play to end some of this massive momentum, a tsunami wave of Ohio State offensive momentum.
Didn't have many negative plays last week against Texas. Donaldson, the transfer from West Virginia.
Here we go.
To the outside.
Tate! Yes! Carnell Tate with his second touchdown.
Highlight play last week, a highlight play now this week. They don't have a wide receiver 2 here in Columbus. They just have multiple wide receiver 1s. How about the location on the back shoulder throw here by Julian Sand?
What a catch by him.
Going up strong, proving it there. That is definitely a touchdown by number 17.
Foot down, elbow inbounds.
Him and Caleb Downs are the best on this.
Great location on that throw. That is textbook back shoulder fade by Julian Sand.
2 weeks, 2 touchdowns for Carnell Tate.
Those are 3 guys I know on.
Point up and good. 21-0. 11 minutes into this game, and Sand has been perfect.
10 for 10. Again, it goes back to the stat line last week, Jeff. I mean, some of those incompletions, those were just drops by Ohio State's wide receivers.
Over that
I tell you, that looks like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams with the Green Bay Packers. That's an undefendable pass right there. That's something that they've been working this offseason. Julian Sand had all the wide receivers out to throw in California over the summer just to build that chemistry. Gets named the starter ahead of the Texas game, and boy, do they look comfortable.
Well, Ryan Day was saying they were going to add more to his plate. I'd say his plate is like a Thanksgiving plate right now. It is plenty full. Perfect day thus far for Sand, and we're not even into the second quarter yet.
Plenty full. They're going back for seconds, thirds. And the protection has been outstanding as well. I mean, Sand's just sitting back there, completely comfortable in the pocket.
Another kickoff through the back of the end zone for Fielding. See if Grambling State can do anything against this defense of Ohio State. Now, tomorrow, volleyball triple header comes your way as the Buckeyes host Florida. Top-ranked Nebraska clashes with Cal. And UNC faces Creighton. Live coverage begins.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm back.
Across the 30-yard line brings up a third down. Tylon Williams with a reception for Grambling State.
And this is a really nice play with Ohio State bringing the pressure. You see number 3, Lorenzo Styles, nickel pressure once again, and T-Set feels that and throws into the pressure. Gets the ball out quick, so there is no sack potential, and now they get into a third and manageable.
Changing the play, the line of scrimmage, 102,000 people inside the horseshoe. Third and short handoff and a first down for Grambling State. Good run by Bradford. He's a guy who had an offer from Ohio State at one point in his life.
Quite the journey. I started off at LSU, transferred to Oklahoma for a summer, back to LSU, most recently at North Texas, and now finds his way as one of the impact players here on the Grambling State offense. There's that communication once again. Grambling State checking the play, Ohio State prepared and doing their own check.
T-Set looking to the corner, short, good coverage by Davison Igbinosun.
And just to go back to that, it's always a question when you have an NFL coordinator that comes down to college. You know, do you have to simplify your scheme? Do you have to change anything about it? You know, in the NFL, it's a job. In college, you only have 20 hours during the week to work with your players. You know, with Matt Patricia and how intelligent he is, what a luxury to have not only the talent that Ohio State has, but the intelligence and the commitment to learning in their process. It makes for a dangerous combination here in Columbus.
It was gushing in our meetings yesterday from everybody on that defensive side of the football. The clock winding down, and we're going to get delayed.
Back.
And a timeout used before the delay of game. And Matt Patricia drawn to college because he wanted the opportunity to teach again.
Yeah.
Kids are super focused, and they just absolutely love playing for Matt Patricia. You could just sense the energy that he had when we were talking about him.
Go Ohio State.
He talks about how much he enjoys the communication and the relationship with the players. You know, the NFL is a complete business. It's kind of rigid and can be brutal at times. But here in Columbus, you're talking to kids that are 18 to 22 years old. You're helping mold and shape young men on top of trying to go out there and win a ton of games and achieve the ultimate goal together. It makes for a fun season.
Last week was Matt Patricia's first college game in almost 2 decades, guys, and he admitted it was an adjustment, the noise, crowded sidelines, but he says he embraces that chaos, which is why he stays on the sideline instead of moving up to the booth. And it's what he's always known. Bill Belichick did it as a DC with the Giants, and Patricia just feels like it's the best way, like you said, Jake, just to stay connected to his players.
Caden Curry wrapped up T-Set for a loss of 1. Matt Patricia wants to be in the chaos. Third down and 11 for Grambling State.
This is where he gets to create chaos of his own. Full playbook open. You see, this is the first time we're seeing the 3-man defensive front. Looks like Ohio State's going to play sticks coverage and just rush 3.
T-Set to the outside, catch, depend on the spot, and they're going to mark him about a yard short. Tyson George at the catch, a gain of 10, 4th and 1.
Ricky Joseph. Looks like he's keeping his offense on the field here. Understanding he may not have a ton of opportunities. Oh, it looks like they're ruling that an incomplete catch.
The officials came in and said no catch after initially saying yes, it was a catch. Takes away that 4th down and short possibility. Now here comes the punt team. Great shot here from our crew. Oh,
looked like a catch to me, right?
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Number 8, Tyson George. We're going to take a look at this.
Yeah, the officials are going to stop play and take a replay review of it. That looked like a pretty good catch. Ball was not jostling. He survived the play. It's a big difference between 4th and 1 and 4th and 11.
Interesting that they initially ruled it a catch.
Let's go out to L.A. Mike Pereira standing by.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at a little bit of the first rule, but to me, the hand is underneath the ball. He's going to the ground. It hits, and you're going to watch. Does he maintain control? Certainly does, in my opinion. So I think this is a catch.
It looked like his forearm was under the ball the entire way. I don't think the ball ever even hit the turf. See his forearm kind of rolls underneath it there.
Good play by Tyson George. The freshman had 3 catches, 63 yards, and a score last week. Officials originally ruled that as a catch.
Yeah.
And it certainly would seem that this would go back to that 4th and 1 as opposed to 4th and 11.
Interesting, though, to
still dealing with some communication issues within the horseshoe and where we are, so they will say it as a completed catch. We can work on our lip reading skills over the course of the day.
Catch, 4th and 1.
Yes. Simple and to the point.
Well, let's see. Remember, Ohio State had that goal line stand when Arch Manning tried to run the quarterback sneak on 4th and goal. Be interesting to see what Grambling State does here, whether or not they try to run right into the teeth of Ohio State's defense or not.
Let's see.
They're going to run it, and Grambling State's going to get it, and even more to the outside. Andre Cruz comes up with a first down and much more for Grambling State, gain of 19.
He did a good job fighting through some of those arm tackles from Ohio State, but I give a ton of credit to Grambling's offensive line. They won at the point of attack. They generated movement up front. And Andre Cruz, he's 5'10", 200. One of the challenges with those shorter running backs, sometimes they get lost behind the offensive lineman, but a good job keeping his legs moving and popping the run down the sidelines.
Cruz, a Chicago kid, slipped out of the hands of Taiwan Malone. First time in Ohio State territory. He's set to the outside. That's George again on the catch. Man-to-man miss and hammered by Sonny Styles. Getting towards the tail end of this first quarter. That should be the end of this quarter. As the clocks hit 0, Ohio State's offense with 3 touchdowns. First it was Kazmarek, and then Smith for 87 yards, and Carnell Tate, his 2nd touchdown in as many weeks.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
Right now, during the Ram Drive into Fall event, get 10% below MSRP or get 1.9% financing for 72 months on select 2025 Ram 1500 models.
Choice is the ultimate luxury, and now it's yours with Taco Bell's $5 box, $7 box, and $9 box, now featuring the cheesy street chalupas. That's Lux for less. The $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes only at Taco Bell.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Guess that makes you forward-thinking Fiona.
All right, we're still in the weather delay. Let's see what happens.